If you think that the banks collapsing and the bank run and all of this financial crisis is over, you better think again. We get a series of tweets from old Joe out there, and Joe was going on a rampage blaming capitalism for the losses in the bank collapse, and in socialism is going to save the day. It is absolutely wild stuff, and I'm going to be the first to say, I don't know if the intern that writes these tweets for old Joe's account is I guess vetted, or if they have a degree in economics, or if they literally just like to tweet around and push buttons on their cell phone, but it certainly does seem that way because we have got a lot of strange ramblings going on right now. We're going to go over them, what it means for us, because if you think this banking disease that is plaguing the market right now is just going to turn around, the clouds are going to split open, and the sunshine's going to boil on us, it is, well, that is wrong. Let's discuss what's going on, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. Let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2023 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. Now, look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull. Super simple to set up your account. Any deposit, you guys are getting at least 6 free stocks, up to 12 free stocks, and a $1 crypto trade is going to get you $5 in free crypto. You want crypto exclusive exchanges where you can buy, sell, trade, short, leverage, all that good stuff. You got KuCoin and Binance down there. KuCoin and Binance, they offer rewards for the more active traders, so the more you trade, the more you're going to earn. Please be aware, if you're holding on those exchanges, it's considered a loan to those exchanges. If you want it to be your asset, you need to hold it on a cold storage or DeFi wallet. Guys, we got a lot of nonsense to decipher here, so we're going to go through these tweets, what it means for us, because, yeah, when something sounds too good to be true, it is. Listen to your mother's advice on that one. If it sounds too good to be true, it absolutely is. And if you think that taxpayers aren't going to bear the responsibility for these bank bailouts, well, I know who you voted. On Friday, the FDIC, the government regulator in charge, took control of Silicon Valley's bank's assets. Over the weekend, it did the same with Signature Bank. Here's what comes next. Now, these are tweets from old Joe out here, and we're going to be going through these and then talking about them afterwards. Everyone who had deposits at those banks can access their money today. That includes small businesses that need to pay their employees and stay open. No losses will be borne by the taxpayer. We'll pay for it from the fees that banks pay into the deposit insurance fund. And we're going to talk about this in a second here because this is, it's actually wild. It just blow right over it, but this part is wild. The management of both of these banks will be fired. If a bank is taken over by the FDIC, the people running that bank shouldn't work there anymore. Man, government-owned banks, we got 2 of the largest ones out there. Can't wait till the government owns all of them. Investors in these banks will be protected, or will not be protected. Sorry, the investors will not be protected. They knowingly took a risk, and when risks don't pay off, investors lose their money. That's how capitalism works. Oh, yeah, that is how capitalism works, man. And then when you charge 40% capital gains taxes, watch how much of that capitalism starts flowing out of your beautiful country. We must get a full accounting of what happened and why, so those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law. Well, except I'm not gonna go down that list. We must reduce the risk of this happening again. During the Obama-Biden administration, we placed tough requirements on banks to make sure this crisis that we saw in 2008 wouldn't happen again. Unfortunately, my predecessor, his name was Donald Trump. He was a president. Unfortunately, Donald Trump, he won't name them for some reason, rolled some of those back. I will ask Congress and banking regulators to strengthen these rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure happens again. You know, these banks just go down, the government comes in to own them, and they're going to make requirements on banks much more stringent. They're going to take the capitalism out of banking, and they're going to turn it into socialism. Now, why do I say that? This is a little bit communist, so watch out here if you guys are worried about it. But the banks are going to be required to bear the brunt of this fallout. It doesn't matter if your bank was dealing in risk or not. It does not matter. They will be responsible for paying the losses on uninsured deposits. Now, we got to go over this, okay? Every bank that pays into the FDIC is going to have their fees increased. Their fees are going to increase to pay for the losses of Silicon Valley Bank and of Signature Bank. Now, this is a little strange. It doesn't matter where you bank. Your bank fees are going to be raised. Your bank's fees are going to be raised. Now, do you think that your bank is not going to pass that cost on to you? Do you think that these banks that compete with one another are going to be happy about bailing out, call it for what it is, bailing out these failed banks? They are absolutely, these guys are not idiots running these banks. They are absolutely going to put this cost down on the depositors, down on the consumers, and what Joe likes to call us just taxpayers. We're not citizens. We're not people. We're just a number, man. We're a social security number and a taxpayer. That is all we are. So taxpayers, we might not have our taxes increased, but you will certainly have your fees increased. Now, this is where things get even crazier. I love the comments, man. God bless America on some of these comments. You guys should go through and read this Twitter thread here. Now, this is very interesting, and a lot of people, Alexis Volleyball, right? I'm going to give credit to you. I don't know who you are, but during the 2008 financial crisis, the FDIC raised the covered deposit limit from $100,000 to $250,000. Now, this financial crisis is already so much worse, and I'm going to explain this here in a second, that the Fed is effectively raising the limit to infinity. Yeah, you heard that right, and that is accurate. That adds about $7 trillion in additional unfunded liabilities to this U.S. government. Alexis Volleyball is absolutely correct. You know, those deposits at Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank that were above the level of the federal insurance of $250,000, those are now insured. The uninsured become insured. It doesn't matter if you have a quadrillion, zillion, billion dollars deposited in that bank account. I know that's a very large number. It is now insured by the other banks who are acting appropriately, who are doing their jobs to manage and mitigate risk, who are running profitable corporations, now bear the losses with no limit in sight. See, it doesn't matter if those small businesses, if those large businesses, if individual depositors had over $250,000 in Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. They are going to get their money back. And that responsibility is going to be borne by the rest of the banking industry. There is no limit now. It is unlimited. It is infinity, the level of federal insurance that we have. And it's going to be coming from these other banks. Now, if you guys have taken a lesson over the last 2 years or so, you know that this Joe, I don't even know if you can name names now. Whatever is going on in the country does not care about inflation. And if we are insuring an unlimited amount of money with no money to back it up, that printer is going to be working overtime. Your hamburgers are going to start costing $40, $50 a piece. Gas at the gas station, we can blame it on Putin. I don't care. It's going to go back up to $5, $6, $7, $8 a gallon. You know, eggs that they're charging $4 a dozen for right now, wait till they hit $40 a dozen. It is absolute insanity to insure an unlimited amount of money and expect no repercussions for that. What is happening in the banking industry right now is not something that you could just sleep on and sleep soundly, knowing that it is not going to affect the entire globe. We are seeing some wild times play out. And sure, people may calm down a little bit. The same way that they calmed down when inflation was transitory. The same way that they calmed down when everybody was sure that prices would remain low and inflation would remain near that 2% target rate. Well, we've already been warned by the Federal Reserve that this inflation ride is going to get bumpy. We've already been warned that we could see further increases in the interest rate hike. And we already know that the current increases in the interest rate hike killed Silvergate included, 3 major banks here in the United States. Guys, a Twitter thread is just a bunch of vomit. There's no other way around that. I do not think that these people think clearly. I do not think that they want to bear the responsibility for the actions that they are taking. And if things continue to go in this direction, and you and I begin to bear the losses of one another, that capitalism that was so demonized and made to be evil here just 2 seconds ago in these tweets, they'll want to replace it. And you guys know what the alternative is. I want to know what you guys think. Down in the comments below, do you think that this banking crisis, this banking collapse, that this bank just fallout that we are seeing right now, you think it's over? Is it done? Simple as that. No worries for you. They've got us covered. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if that button right there is still red, make sure to click it. Subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. You guys got ClayBro883 everywhere. 6 to 12 free stocks on Webull, KuCoin and Binance, free Discord. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.